In this third video, we will be detailing the fretting hand as it relates to the second break of Big Tilda, as played by Jim Mills. I'll play the song as the B part goes, through at moderate tempo to get the gist of it for you, and then go over any little tidbits or details or difficulties that are within. Now, I might note before we play that this B break is really based on positions. So, going into this, I want you to remember the E minor position, the F position G chord, the D position C chord, the D position A chord, the F position D chord, the bar position D chord, and half of a G position. Of course, when you also would remember to raise your pinky. So those are the number of positions that are used in this break. And basically all Jim does is play rolls to each position and change positions as chords change. So here we go. And that's basically the B part as played twice. Now slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now, one of the more tricky things in this B break, other than the ease of the positions, is this little tag lick at the ending of the A part of the break. So you can see it's still a little tricky for me to do, and it incorporates a lot of fast changes between a sort of 7th position here. You're changing really between the 7th and the minor of E minor. So you have this little fast, and then this little sort of tag, shaving a haircut variation, which he goes straight into the B part on the thumb, just as he did down here. He goes the same way up here on the first 3 strings of the banjo, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. does on that entry into the B part of the up the neck break is he starts just on the thumb, and instead of the 4th string, he starts on the 3rd string, but on the and of the 4th beat. So you're going along 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again. You're leaving the A part, remember. 2 and 3 and 4 and there's our little half of a G, D chord, G position, or a G chord, D position, sorry about that. But before we get too deeply into the B part, I want to go over this little tricky G tag that ends the A part of the high break. He's basically playing 4 quarter notes on the 1st string, alternating, and I've seen Jim do this lick on other songs. I was here at a show in in April in McKinney, and he did this lick to Salty Dog Blues, and he plays it by holding his middle finger at the 12th fret and using his pinky at the 14th fret, the E note of the 1st string. And he's just playing 2D and 2E, all with the raising the pinky off and on of the 1st string, and he always keeps his middle finger anchored there at the octave D of the 1st string. And so it's kind of this Scruggs, kind of a variation on, excuse me, kind of a variation on that, except he never goes to the G. He's just keeping it to the E minor, kind of like what Scruggs did on Sally Gooden. And so this lick, he combines these 4 quarter note beats with 8 eighth notes. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he ends on that little half of a D position G chord. And on the 4th beat, of course, he slides into the C chord. 4. That's 3rd, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. And he goes right to this position. And right there, coming off of the F position G chord, instead of going down to the D position G, he hits this choke. And remember to hit that choke, it's a whole tone choke. You're raising it 2 half steps, not this. He's hitting a whole tone choke. And he goes right into the D chord. Then he just repeats all of that.